Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Supportive Oracle cards, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Sandra Ann Taylor? Sandra Ann Taylor. I'm just taking it on memory. I'm like, is that right? It is right. Cool. Pisces. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Dun 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 dun. Okay. We like this so far, I think. Okay. You have the Four of Cups at the bottom, which, ironically, I feel like this is something as you're going through it, not really enjoying it, but when it's over and you look back, it's going to be one of those things kind of like, you know what, that actually worked out really well for me. That actually the end result, very good. The trip, not so fun. Not the worst, but not so fun. Where I ended up, actually, very good. You got victory coming, but you got this up and down feeling going on here. What it's going to take to make it happen. Now, when we're starting this off, it is the throat chakra, blue, but a lot of times I get communication, not just like speaking to others, but sometimes it's internal communication. Something you've put a lot of thought into. Well, because I'm trying to not get stuck in a box with this, because I want to say like through throat communication, you're using your throat, but I'm not getting that, to be fair. I'm getting like, especially the way this picture looks, that halo around the angel behind him. Just, I feel like there's things that have been going on in this situation, whatever you're dealing with. And I feel like there's been a lot of concerns. Things you've been trying to deal with. Things you've been trying to put in line. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 2 steps forward again. 2 steps back later. It's one of those situations where you want to believe you're doing well, but every now and then you're questioning, like, do I just think I'm doing well? Is it really going well? Is it really? No, is it really? The situation, though, even though you're handling it and it's like you're keeping afloat with it, sometimes you're doing better than you realize. I'm getting that too. You're starting to look at the out. You're kind of like, you know what, maybe I want to change what's going on here. The journey with the cornucopia and the door to value, especially with door. Okay, yeah. You're trying to accept that things might have to change, but it's one of those situations where you're like, it would be a big upheaval to change things. It seems like it would be a big upheaval. But at the same time, you're like, maybe I do want that. I almost feel for some of you there's a little bit of guilt. Like, even wanting to change, you're just kind of like, there's a little bit of guilt with it. Kind of like, should I want that? Is that okay? Even though I do want the change. But the door to value, especially at the last part, the journey, the cornucopia, the door to value, kind of like starting to open up to the idea that maybe I need to go and do something else. And it's the situation, it's kind of like, yeah, I know I'm making it. Yeah, I know it's fairly going well, but maybe I just don't want to fight this fight anymore. Maybe I just don't want to. Take that with a grain of salt, but this is a very positive energy, by the way. Kind of like going into something better. How do I want to talk about this? Because I'm feeling like you got to keep your feet on the ground. This is like going into some other new situation in this life. Still in this life, still doing what you have to do in this life. Staying grounded in this life. But trying to be like, instead of doing this version of this life, I'm changing what I'm doing. This is for some of you, it might be a change of vocation. But for some reason, it's kind of like, I do a lot of good where I am, but I feel like I've done enough. You're very bonded to this current situation. That's another thing. This might be another part of the guilt, whatever you're doing, you're very bonded to it. You're very helpful. People like you. You do very well. And on the outside, it doesn't, like, it may not show on the outside that you're not really wanting to do it anymore. And other people might be confused, like, why do you want to move on from this? Why don't you want to do this anymore? Why are you done? Like, I don't understand. Why do you want to do something else now? Other people might not understand it. But it might be just an inkling deep inside you, like, it's not that it's that bad, it's just that you now are having that pull to do something else. And it's kind of like, I'm very bonded here, I do very well here. And you do very well if this reading is connecting. But you're kind of feeling drawn down by it a little bit at the same time. Kind of like, I feel like I need to do something else. Other people around you do not want you to go. They do not want you to change. They do not want you to move on. They like you. They like your energy. They feel very comfortable and confident with you. You're a very respectful person. Like, if this reading is hitting, these people are like, whoever's connected to you, they're like, yeah, but we know what to expect from you. You do a good job, and we want to keep that. We don't want you to leave. Whoever it is you're dealing with, they don't want you to leave. However this is hitting, that's the version. Like, they don't want you to go. The attachment with the Ace of Pentacles, like, aces are usually beginnings, but and it may be more of a sense of, like, the beginning to get over-attached, because the attachment card is not good. These two cards together are talking about somebody going more into the needy and less into the empowered. Like, this isn't good. Like, this is like a very, like, a leech type feel, like, just clingy, not, like, too much. They want too much from you. And it might be, as you start trying to look away or separate away from this and go a different direction, they might hold on or try to keep, like, don't go, like, they're trying to hold on to you, like, don't do that, don't go. Because I feel like you're going to change something. I feel emotionally the problem here is, like, other people trying to get you to not change. They don't want you to change. They really, really, really don't. It's changing into something else in this life, though. Like, still alive, still doing things. I don't know why I have to say that, but definitely still alive. For the ones I'm connecting to. Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. They're going to give you every reason in the book and all the history you have in this situation to try to convince you to not change. The thing is, this is not working for you anymore. When people really start pushing and they really start saying, but look at everything we've done, and when they review everything with you and all the reasons they think you should stay, ironically, that highlights everything in your brain, kind of like, I've done that. It's kind of like, I've written this story 50,000 times. I've written it so many times. I've rewritten it and proofed it and rewritten it and rewritten it and rewritten it. It's the same story. I don't want to do this story anymore. I want to change. I want to do something different. That's the envy and the restraint. The envy is coming in the environment. The restraint is how you're feeling, like, very restrained. Like, people are showing you the history of the situation, and you're like, that's why I want to change, because it's always the same thing, and I don't feel like I'm growing. I don't feel like I'm doing anything different. I'm bored with it. I need to do something else with my life. I've done a lot of good, yes, but it's time for a change. Time for a change. And this actually, it seems to be the motivator that gets you to push forward. The Six of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and what's the last card there? The Wheel of Fortune. It's like fate comes into play. Something is going to come in your like, the ability to move forward is going to be presented to you. Something's coming forward and it's getting presented to you. It's a little choppy here. So let me just kind of let that relax. I think I'm getting excited about it. I think that's why. It's almost like, I feel like if there's somewhere you want to go or something you want to be a part of, a seat or a place is opening up for you unexpectedly. But this is something it's not like new. It's not like new in the sense of, like, you don't know what it is. It just sounds good. It's not like that. It's kind of like, I want to do that. I just thought it was going to be later before I'd get the opportunity to do that. But the door's opening a lot quicker than expected. It's kind of like if you wanted to move and there's a certain neighborhood you wanted to move into and you're like, yeah, but nobody's selling right now and it doesn't look like anybody's going to. All of a sudden a house pops up for sale and you're able to, like, get right into it and get what you need out of it. A house pops up for sale. They want to sell it quick. You get the opportunity to get in on that. You're like, how about this? I'll offer you this, and they're like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Things go quickly. Something like that. Or it's like if you want to go to school, you're like, yeah, I have to apply for stuff, but I think it's going to take a while before they accept it. You apply within a few days, unexpectedly, like you're shocked. They're like, yeah, we can take you. You can be a part of this. If you can get this together by this date, we can actually add you into the next semester. And you're like, wow. Like this was something you were kind of already planning to go towards. It just opens up a lot quicker than expected. That feels to me like the Wheel of Fortune going your way. So your opportunity to move into the next section, to go into something different, comes in a lot quicker than you're expecting. Victory comes in with the Three of Wands. They're saying this is something you need to go to. Sooner or later you will anyway. Might as well go do it sooner rather than later. You want to. This is a good thing. There's a little bit of guilt still, but the guilt's never going to go away. It's never going to stop. It's never going to change. You're not going to feel any less guilty later than you would now. Might as well do it now. I don't know, it's weird because it's kind of like this is a good thing. It's just like you're held back because other people don't seem to want you to go. And that's okay because you're loved and you're cared for and you're appreciated. But when you got to make a choice for your own life, you got to make a choice for your own life. All right, I think we're there. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.